Hello folks. It's August 22, 2011, and this is Edward R. Cameron, reporting only the most important, hard-hitting news and opinion, and the information you need to understand, from Washington, D.C. I got the link to the following report from a post I just read on the InspectorSmith YouTube forum. The original article was posted by Elsterman, August 21st on the website, News Flavor, under the title, White House Insider, The Obama Plan, Part 3. In the following report, I am quoting extensively from comments by the White House Insider, with only a few words added by me occasionally to make the comments easier to follow. Too many Americans don't see race riots as helping Obama. You know, other world leaders see it. Putin, Sarkozy, Merkel, Harper. Barack Obama is incapable of anything remotely resembling leadership, but he is also quite capable of the kind of dangerous arrogance that the very worst leaders in history possessed. Look, let me try and paint a picture for you, a clearer picture of what Obama really is. The president doesn't like the Oval Office much. He prefers to be upstairs, no suit, no shoes. No joke, when he is his de facto office upstairs, the one that is closer to Jared's own office, and a short hop over to the residence, he spends his time there often in shorts, or sweats, a t-shirt, and those sandal things, flip-flops. There is a large screen television in there, and that's where hours of his time are spent when he is actually at the White House. Starting around last spring, he started to take regular briefings in there. And the instructions that went out on those briefings to the president were that they were to be, most importantly, brief. Anything more than about 15 minutes is unacceptable to Obama. So let's look through the eyes of someone heading into Barack Obama's upstairs office at the White House to give him a briefing. Maybe it's on national security, maybe the economy, energy policy. Whatever, doesn't matter. The scenario being played out these days is pretty much the same regardless of the particulars. You knock on the door, it's always closed. The big screen will be on. The volume loud. A large leather chair will be facing the television. It's well warmed. That's where you'll most often find the President of the United States, the most powerful man in the free fucking world. The guy never quit smoking. That was all bullshit. And that desk, it's a mess. Magazines spread out all over it. Real lowbrow reading material the President isn't to. People. Rolling Stone. Lots of those tabloid things. If it's about him, he's gonna read it. Good or bad, doesn't matter. If somebody is talking about him, he's reading it. He's watching it. Whatever. The guy's self-obsession is off the fucking charts. The next thing you're gonna notice is how small the guy looks. Really thin. He pads his suits up, you know. The guy is scrawny. All knees and elbows sitting in that chair. Sometimes he gets up when you come in, sometimes he remains seated and will just turn the volume on the TV down with the remote and say, "What you got?" I'm trying to lay out the psychological foundation of the son of a bitch. You think people might want to know what this man is really like? How everything around him, the whole fucking image, it's a charade. It's a lie. And he is frightened every hour of every day that the country will find out. But this realization, this little part of Obama's self-awareness, it's getting beat down by the guy's absolute arrogance and, when necessary, willingness to overreach acceptable executive authority. So will he stir up the race issue if it means guilting or scaring white voters to keep him in the White House? Hell yes he will. The race card, the racial thing, whatever it's gonna be called, it is the #1 asset this administration believes it has to win in 2012. Their own polling data has shown that to be true over and over again. But how far are they willing to push that? Raise the charges of racism? I believe all the way if they have to. And if Barack Obama doesn't win re-election, watch them stand back while the riots break out, and watch them mouth the words, "Burn baby burn." If they can't have America, nobody will. That's how big, that's how important this election coming up is. Regarding our plans to prevent Obama's re-election, The three tactics we are engaging in are continuing to push Eric Holder out of the Department of Justice, securing a primary challenger, and one other thing, it relates to a staffing issue. The loss of a critical member of the Obama staff, a resignation that will further the growing perception that the Obama White House is a place of internal disarray, which it absolutely is. And this event will also be a signal to those in the Democratic Party that Barack Obama's re-election is not in their best future interests. It is time we cut our losses and begin the rebuilding process sooner rather than later. And I'm not just talking about the Democratic Party, I'm talking about the country. All of us. All of us need to correct this mistake, and that's what the election of Barack Obama was. At its core, that's what it really was, a huge mistake. That concludes my report. Until next time, good night, and remember, the USA has always been, and must always remain, a constitutional republic.